So we're taking off from Zurich airport. The autopilot thinks we're already taken off, but we haven't. So we're flying south down to the tip of that lake, just below the airport, then up to the left, across the top, and back down to where we started. So let's get this show on the road. I might put my seat down a little bit. That would be down. And then I can just bump it up. Still a bit too high. That's better. Righto. We'll brakes off before we burn the brake linings or the brake discs out. 90, 100, 110, 120, and wow, just takes off so quick. Gear up, flaps up, up the seat up a bit. There we go.
MiG-007 continue for north departure.
Mike India Golf 1. Now watch this turn with 300 knots already. You watch the speed bleed off. Mike India Golf 1.
Zurich Tower MiG-007 frequency change.
And I'm only pulling about 2 Gs, but we've lost 50 knots already. So you got to keep the power on. I've learnt this the hard way. Crashing into a potato field down there somewhere. Luckily that was only a simulation, so once I proved to the Swiss Air Force I could take off safely, they said okay, off you go. Right, so heading about heading 190, so we're south right now. Come to the right a bit. Let's climb. And we'll see a lake just over that hill right in front of us there. That's where the first waypoint is. What's the time? It's 15:53, so it's getting on to 4 PM. Just beautiful atmospherics here. Of course I'm flying way too fast for civilian airspace. Controlled airspace, whatever the correct terminology is. It's supposed to be 250 knots maximum. So that river mouth there, Lake Zurich basically, which goes all the way down there. We'll explore that some other time. There's lots of lakes around here. So here we go, Lake Zurich, at the south end of Lake Zurich. We're going to follow the railway, and what do you know, there it is. Very easy to see. It's the way I like to design these plans. Put quite a bit of work into them actually. So down to the lake, up the railway. It's the first two instructions. Once again, look at our speed. Lost about 70 knots in that turn. With the power back, of course, but I powered back because I was going too fast. So I'm going to manage the throttle in this thing. Now, we'll see a few landmarks like the stadium and cranes, heaps of other things. But for this flight I'm just going to concentrate on getting to that border. So follow the railway up this valley for quite a bit. We're going to find a bridge leading up to another river. It's all pretty logical though. Well, all these flights look much more complicated on paper and in my instructions than they are to actually fly. I really look for the most obvious features. In this case we've got this kind of north to, well, northwestern oriented valley with railways. See lots more railway lines and highways and rivers going up it. So you've got all these lines travelling between two rows of hills. Makes it a pretty logical place to fly. About 6 miles out from the next turn point, which is going to take us almost north. Lovely autumn colours. wonderful. And we are going too fast, but I guess if nobody tells, it won't matter. So now we're getting to the end of this valley. It's going to meet another one going to the right, which is slightly east of north. That's where we're going. Right through there. I have to say this F-18 feels very fluid and really enjoyable to fly. So here we go. And now there's a bridge there. I didn't spot the bridge. There should be a bridge here. Probably that one. Doesn't matter too much. That'd be that one, I'd say. And it doesn't matter too much. At the corner, and we're heading slightly to the right. It's keeping the hills on our left, following this river. Only a short distance, and then we'll see another bridge, and we turn right there. So I also try to keep the waypoints 5 or 10 or 20 miles apart, so if you keep a steady speed you can look at your work out a minute, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, and you'll know when you should be looking for the next turn point. So this bridge should be around about here, and I'd say it's the one I just flew past. Doesn't matter too much. You can see this river going east-west. That's the one we want to get onto. I have gone a little bit past it. That was my turn point there. And there's the east-west river over there, yep. I mean, as long as you stay south of that river, you'll be on the Swiss side of the border, so that's all good. In fact, you could fly right around that hill, but I just kept it simple because if that would mean putting another waypoint in only 2 or 3 miles from the previous one, then another one here. These are the things I weigh up and say it's not worth the complication. 2 very short legs, just cut them out, use your common sense, and look at the land features. For example, following a river, you could have dozens of waypoints just following this river, but that's not the idea. The idea is to say we're going generally to the east and just stay on the one side of the river, and you will be going left and right a little bit, but it's all pretty logical. And it all looks pretty wonderful. Now I seem to remember at the end of this leg we turn south and there's a couple of big quarries on the way to the airport. Once again, I'm getting too slow. Just gorgeous landscape. Just looking at the Germans over there, giving them a wave, saying, yep, the Swiss are on patrol, all is well. And there's lots of mining around here, I noticed, lots of open cut mines. I'm not sure what they looks like limestone or something. Okay, almost at the next waypoint, which is this bridge, this massive bridge. There it is. And the motorway turns to the south. That's the way we're going. And yes, see more quarries. Interesting. So pretty much, whoop, a little bit too far to the east. I was going to say pretty much to the south. Go, yeah, follow the main road. So it cuts through the trees there and winds its way right back to the airport actually. Now, of course, if you get lost, you can always call the airport and ask for directions. Somewhere here. Actually, if we ask for landing, well, it's right in front of us now.
007 is
4 miles north. Yep.
2,200 feet with Quebec to land.
There it is there.
Lake 007 Zurich Tower. Altimeter 29.9er, 2 with 267 at 27. Enter left downwind runway 34.
Mike India Golf 1.
Enter left downwind runway tree forming
3,
007.
4. I can't just select it on my nav gear. So yeah, there's a couple of ways you can ask the controllers to steer you home. One is just to announce that you want to land. Another one is to ask for flight following. There's a few ways you can do it, and they'll give you direction and distance to the airport, which is great. Now, I am keeping the speed up in this turn. I mean, it will actually accelerate through a steep turn like this, which it's doing now actually. So really powerful engines. Okay, there's the airport. And that's the runway we're going to land on. This one? No, the next one. Yep, so going to cross the runway shortly. Still clear to land. Yep. So here you can request the airport direction. Let's just try it, even though really close.
Zurich Tower MiG-007 is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport.
Lake 007 Airport is 9 o'clock, 2
Okay,
miles.
2 miles, 9 o'clock. So that can be very helpful. Let's go downwind. Start getting set up for landing. About 200 knots at the moment. I've got the radar altimeter going. It's a handy feature in this aircraft. I'm going to click on that.
007 wind 267 at 27.
Great, tells us
Runway 34.
we're 1,000 feet above the ground, which is what I want it to be. Mike India Golf 1.
Cleared to land runway tree forming 007.
After a while you get good at eyeballing your altitude. Okay, I'm looking for a feature that's a few miles off that runway, and I'd say this town here would be a good one to turn over. Now watch the speed. Gear down, flaps down. Certainly hope the gear's coming down. Not sure that it has. as I conduct the worst approach in history. No, it was down. Yeah, okay. Because in my physical cockpit there's a red light in that stick and then gear stick, and in this one the light goes out. Okay. Live and learn. I guess that's why I should read the manual. So I'm guessing about 120 knots for touchdown will be right, because that's when it flew away at. Getting that velocity vector on the runway, which is pretty cool to have. Trying to keep that angle of attack bracket around it. No, not too bad. I've seen worse. Case in point. Jeez, we've got to be close now. Yeah, got to be real close. Get off the runway, mate. Yeah, but we're speaking.
007 contact ground on 121.05.
Yeah, look, he's talking. Get off the runway. Almost followed him off the runway. Okay. Okay, that was pretty dodgy and nerve-wracking, but fun, and that's the whole idea. Yeah, I did. I'm just trying to get off the runway safely without my GoPro going berserk here. Mike India Golf 1.
121.905 MiG 000.
So there we go. Zurich Airport in all of its splendour. Autumn splendour. And I won't publish the whole taxiing back procedure, but I'm going to enjoy it actually. It's going to be more relaxing than the flight in this case. But next time around it will be better, and I'm looking forward to that.